Okay, so this is the next video in our continuation of our AWS series. So in this video, we will start looking on the next service and which is the S3 service. Okay, so we will look a lot of things within the S3. Okay, so before that, let's take an overview what is S3 and why we have to use this as a service, and when we have to use this as a service S3. So S3. So S3, the full form of S3 is simple storage service. So that's why it is called as an S3. So like the S is coming as thrice. So S, and S, simple storage service. So S3 is just a kind of a storage on which we can like store, or you can say save your objects. So let's suppose if you want to store your images, your files, your videos, anything, so you can like store over the S3 as well. So this is one of the storage option which is available, and it is widely used because most of the times in the project, like we could see if we are creating any website or any other thing, we generally store the things or not even the website, even any application which is only using some files, we generally prefer to use the S3 as a service, right? So S3 is very widely used. Okay, so so S3 simple storage service, it is used to store the objects. Okay, so how to open that S3? So you can go to the service and search the S3. So scalable storage in the cloud. So scalable storage in the cloud means like there is no limit. The AWS tell that like it has like no limit. Any one person can store any number of like objects into the S3. So it is scalable. So if you click on the S3, so one interface will be like open, but before using the Amazon S3, as we are using the free tier, we have to first focus whether the Amazon S3 is free or not, like whether we can store anything or not. Because if we can't store anything within the free tier, then we have to take care. So let's check AWS free tier slots and click on the first link. And if you scroll down, so here the free tier details, search for the S3, hit enter. So it comes storage. Storage is Amazon S3. So Amazon S3 is free tier and it's a 12 months free. And we can store 5 GB of standard like standard storage. Standard storage is basically a class type. So we have to use this class only, standard storage. If we use some another class, then we have to pay. And within this class as well, like we can store up to 5 GB of data within 12 months. It's not a monthly limit, it is a 12 months limit. Total limit is 12 months. Okay, so yes, we can use, definitely we can use the Amazon S3 as part of the free tier, and we can store our files, but we have to make sure like we have to use the standard class. Okay, that's done. And one more thing like I want to tell you, so this is done. So also, if I open the AWS console, on the top hand side, you could see I have option to select the regions, like whether I have to select the Europe region, Ireland region, or US region, Asia region, or like any region. So I have selected like Europe, London, and the region is EU West 2. Okay, but if I click on the S3, you will notice automatically uh, this will get disabled and we will see the global option here. So let's click on the S3. Automatically you could see now uh, because I have selected London, now automatically it converted to the global. So even we can't select the regions as well here, right? So everything is disabled. So here on the AWS S3 console, we could see the region as a global. So does it mean like we can't can we create S3 on a region level? Regional, yes, we can create the S3 buckets into the regional level, but a major S3 console shows it global, but we can create the buckets on the region level. So if you want to create the bucket in EU West 2, you can create. If you want to create in the Ireland region, you can also create. All right. Okay, so let's click on the create bucket. So bucket is a basically a kind of a folder, like in your system how you store your files. You will just create a folder, and within that folder you can either put the directly the files, or maybe you can create the subfolder as well, and within that subfolder you can put the file. The same, this is the same concept. So you can treat bucket as a folder name. Now give the bucket name. So bucket name is like, is a globally unique. It is not even the regionally unique, it is the globally unique. That's why it comes here as a global. All right, so it is a globally unique, but there are few things which we have to take care by giving the bucket name. So one thing is that it's globally unique, so I can't use that name which anyone else has like used earlier. Example, so if I use test and try to create it, so create the bucket, it will say bucket with the same name already exists. So someone already like created the bucket with the name test. So I can't use this bucket as a bucket name, because bucket name should be globally unique. Okay, and the second thing is bucket name cannot contain the uppercase letter. So it should not contain the uppercase letter. So all the letters in the bucket should contain the lowercase letters only. So let's suppose if I give one uppercase letter and like this, so it give me the error, bucket name must not contain the uppercase letter. Okay, fine. The third thing is that let's suppose I am giving the lowercase letter, right? So I am giving the lower, this already exists. So I'm giving the lowercase letter, but I am giving the underscore as well. So it is saying that we can't use the underscore character as well. It is an invalid character. So we have seen like what is S3? It is a simple storage service. We can store the objects. It is a globally unique name. It looks like a global service, but it is not a global service. It looks like a global service, but it is not a global service, because when we create a bucket, on the bucket form, we have the options to select the regions. All right, so from here we can select the region. So bucket will be definitely created in the region, on the regional level. Right, okay, so that is done. So we can't use the uppercase, right? So we can't use the underscore, so that is done. So let's create a bucket first. So I created this, and I am creating in the London AWS S2. All right, so leave everything as is. So create a bucket. Yeah, so bucket has been created, so let me delete it. Because I forgot to show you few things. So click on the create bucket and give the name. So everything, like all the letters, all the characters should be lowercase, and it should not contain the underscore characters. And I selected the EU West 2 region. Okay, and if you scroll down, all right, uh, this is a check mark by default. So I am not unchecking this, because it is saying that block all public access. So it means whatever the data I will store in this bucket, it is not available to the public. So I am blocking all the public access. So one concept is the versioning. Versioning means, so can I like store a different version of a single file? So I am right now disabling the version, but we will enable the version in the coming videos. So let's give the tag. So add a tag. So the tag is owner. Generally, it is preferred to give the tag, so that like we can know who has created this by like looking at the tags. Encryption we can leave as it is. If you go to the advanced section, so this is also disabled, that leave at is. Now click on the create bucket. So you could see the bucket has been created, and it is created in the region EUS2, and the accessed below bucket and objects not public, because when we created the bucket, there was an option, by default option is that was checked, which is block all public access, and we have not unchecked it. So it was already checked that it should block the this bucket access to the public. So that's why we are saying buckets and objects are not public. So no one can like see my bucket and no one can see my objects inside the bucket. So we have just created that bucket. Okay, so we have created so these 4 points has been covered. Okay, now is like how much maximum size we can like upload to this bucket. So let's suppose you if you click on the bucket, if you have to upload any file, so there is an option to create a upload file. So you can say this is a folder, and within the folder you are trying to directly upload a file. So you can create this upload button from here or upload button from here. You can click on the upload and you can add the files, but there is a maximum limit for one object. It's not the limit for the S3. Within the S3 you can show any number of files, but one file should not be exceeded to the 5 terabyte. So if you want to store the 10 terabytes of data, so you can split into the two files, like 5 terabytes and 5 terabytes. So one file should be like of size the 5 terabyte. Okay, and within the single upload, so single put command upload the 5 GB of data, but it is recommended. So there are two concepts. One is the multi-part upload and one is the put. So put means like we are like uploading the bucket, we are uploading any object directly in a single go. And multi-part means like we will see these thing multi-part and put objects like in coming videos, when we like trying to load a larger object, when we like create some project and one project. So there are two concepts. One is the put and one is the multi-part upload. Put is like we are uploading a file and it get uploaded directly, like within a single go, within a single chunk. And multi-part is the file size is like large. So what it when we try to upload it, so it's further getting splitted internally, but to us we will show it as a one file. So but when it try to upload it, it's uploaded in a chunks. So we have to use the multi-part upload, so that it gets uploaded into the parts. Okay, so generally it is recommended if you are uploading a size of greater than 100 MB, you should use the multi-part upload. Okay, so we have see the version concept. Like we have not seen the version concept. Version concept is basically if we have to store any object, so can we store a different version of the same file or not? So right now we have disabled it. So we have seen we can store the 5 GB of data into the standard storage class, and we will see what is key. So this is also very important. What is the key? How it looks like. So let's try to first upload something, because we have created a bucket and it has 0 objects. So let's first try to upload something. So click on the upload. And now we have the add files or add folders. So click on the add files. So I have downloaded like a few images, like one is the Indian flag. So click on it. Now you could see like it's get uploaded, and the destination is S3 and colon slash slash and my bucket name. So click on the up. So 1 minute. So if you go to the properties, so within the properties, you can see like by default, it is a standard class, and we have to use the standard class only, right? Because we are using the free tier, and free tier is only for the like standard class. Because if we go with the other class like Glacier or standard IEA, infrequent access, so we have to pay. So make sure you have used the standard class. So we can just cross verify. Okay, even by default it is standard class. So just click on the upload. So now my object has been uploaded. So it's 11.5 KB. So it has been succeeded. Zero files failed, and it has been uploaded. Okay. So let's close it. So earlier we could see the 0 objects. Now we are able to see the one object. All right. So if you click on it, so you can see it is a standard class, right? Here storage class is standard. If you click on the file name, so how I can view the content of this file? Like right now I'm able to see the name of the file, but what actually it contains. So we have two options to view. So one is open. So there on when we click on the image, so one image UI itself get open. So where we can see the owner, the region, we have created the AWS S2, last modified, size, type, key, the URL, basically URI. So URI is like S3 colon then bucket name and then slash and then the key. Right, key is our like file name. For this key is file name. So basically how the key looks like. So let's suppose, because key concept is very important, it is getting used when we actually do the coding. So let's suppose you have created a bucket, bucket one. So you have created a bucket, right? And you have created a file one dot jpeg. You have uploaded uh, 1 second. So you are trying to upload the file one jpeg. So what is the destination? So destination looks like, not the destination, the files look like this, the whole URL. So S3 colon bucket one file name dot jpg. So except the S3 and the bucket name, whatever will be left is called as a key. So here file one dot jpg is a key. But let's suppose you have the bucket, and within the bucket first you will create a folder, and on the top of the folder you will upload the file. So how the URL looks like? The URL looks like bucket one, and then the slash, and then folder, and then file file2 dot jpg. All right. So in this case, key is folder slash file2 dot jpg. It's not only file2 dot jpg. So except S3 colon slash slash and the bucket name, rest everything includes in the URI is called as a key. So here we don't have any folder, so that's why key is file1 dot jpeg. So here we have the folder. We could have multiple folders as well. Folder, then there is a one subfolder, then there is a one folder. So everything is called as a key. So here file1 dot jpg, and here the key is folder slash file2 dot jpg. So here we have like directly uploaded the files, so there is no folder. That's why key is called as a Indian flag dot jpeg, right? So how to open like how to see the content of this file? So there are two ways. One is you can see the open option here, so you can click on the option open, and now we are able to see the content of that particular file. Okay. And the other option is we have the object URL. So if you click on the object URL and try to browse it, so copy and hit enter. I am not as here I am able to see the content, but here I am not able to see the content. I am getting the error access denied. Why? There are two different behavior. Why? When I am able to see using the open option, but I am not able to see the using the URL option. The reason is when we created a bucket, we have mentioned block all the public access. So when I try to open this URL, right? So it looks like someone else in my host computer, my local computer, is trying to access this particular URL, and AWS doesn't know who is the owner, like who is trying to access this particular like objects, who is the owner. So that's why it is giving the access denied. But on the other hand, when I click on this open, so one URL is open, so you could see the one URL. Within this, this is basically a signed URL. So within this URL, it automatically like incorporate my security tokens as well. All right. So it automatically incorporate my security token. So this is a signed URL. So that's why, okay, it says I am the owner of this. Owner can view the object, but it is blocked for rest of the public. So that's why when I click on this open, it automatically take my all the tokens, and that's why the it put that tokens into the URL, and that's why I am able to see the content. But when I um, browse the particular object using the HTTPS URL, no token, no security token into the URL, so it looks like someone else, not the owner, someone else trying to access the particular object. That's why it is giving the access denied. All right. So we have seen that. Okay. So let's scroll down. So yeah, so everything looks good. So right now bucket versioning is disabled, so that's fine. So okay, so let's go to back to the bucket, right? Bucket, so we have the one bucket. So as of now we have directly uploaded the file, so let's create a folder within the bucket. So I have, so just click on the create folder. So click on the create folder and give any folder name. Let's suppose images. All right, and click on the create folder. So now we, within the bucket we have the two objects. One is the folder and one is the file. So let's suppose I want to upload some files within the folder. So click on the images and click on the upload. Click on the add files. And I have one more image, that is the peacock image. So just click on the open. So and click on the upload. Okay, so now it is succeeded. So just close it. So we could see like our the second image get uploaded into the bucket, then bucket name within the then the images, that is the folder name, and then if we have to look at the content, so click on this. So one option is we have to click on the open. So I can see the content, but using this option object URL, I will not able to see the content. Correct, it is access denied. That is perfectly fine. But here you could see the key. So now my file is under the folder images. So that's why key is called as a images slash peacock.jpg. So this is the concept of the key. Key is prefix plus object name. Object name is the name of the object which we are trying to upload, and the prefix is rest everything except the S3 and the bucket name. So whatever the like rest content will be there in the URL, it's called as a prefix. So key is the total the combination of this. So in this case, the key is only file1.jpg. In this case, the key is folder slash file2.jpg. So here we can see. So when we uploaded the file directly, we could see the file is like Indian flag.jpg. But when we uploaded the file within the folder, the key is not peacock.jpg, key is images slash peacock.jpg. So this is very important, like how the key looks like. Okay, so let's go back to the buckets. And now if we have to delete the content, so just click on it and click on the delete. So deleting the objects cannot be undone, so we will like permanently delete it. So we have selected both the two items, images folder and the Indian flag.jpg. So permanently delete. So we have to give the confirmation, delete objects. So objects has been deleted. So close this and now we have the 0 objects. All right, and we can also delete the buckets as well. So if you click on this and delete, so we have to give the confirmation by mentioning the bucket name. So bucket also has been deleted. So we have covered like these basic concepts. What is S3? We can store the objects. It looks like a global because here it still looks like a global, but when we create the object, it's created within the region. So from the console, it's look like a global service, but it actually created into the regional. It has the unique name, and it should not contain the uppercase letter. It should not contain the underscore. The maximum object is 5 TB, right? And leave the version ID, and we have see we can use the 5 GB into the storage class, standard storage class. And we also see what is the key and how it looks like. So if we upload a single file directly within the bucket, the key is only the object name. But if we like uploading a file within the folders or subfolder, so the key is the folders, the slash subfolders, and then the file name. Right, so just exclude the S3 and the bucket name, rest everything is called as a key in the URL. Okay, so that's it. So that's the end of the video. Thank you.